by RP Lumber, Riley Oil, Springer Insurance, Cave and Cal Car Queries, Orange County Casa, Hoosier Hills Credit Union, Hoosier Hardware, Paoli Health and Living Community, by Jeremy Payton Edward Jones, Orange County REMC, and Orange County Fiber. In Focus Eye Care, Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company, by Summers Seamless Guttering, and Orange County Community Foundation.
County Conference rivals Paoli and Orleans are an even 5-5 against one another since April of 2018, with the Rams picking up the win 7-1 last May. Paoli comes in today's contest riding a 5-game winning streak, while the Dogs have won 3 of their last 4. Good afternoon from Trinkle Field at Paoli Junior Senior High School. I'm Dave Dedrick, and it's time for Rams and Bulldogs baseball on Mix 95.3, streaming live on WUME 953.com, and ask Alexa to play Mix 95.3 WUME. A win tonight, and Paoli can tie for second place in the conference. The Rams enter the game 11-6, 3-2 in PLAC, while the Bulldogs are 8-8 overall and 1-4 in conference play. Both teams coming in tonight after big wins last night. Of course, the Rams won that big county conference showdown with Springs Valley 7-1 here at Trinkle Field. And last night, the Bulldogs snapped an 8-game losing streak to Borden, winning 15-5. So we get a chance here maybe for the Rams if they can pick up a win. We don't officially have an Orange County title, but if they could win tonight, they would lay claim to victories over both their county and conference rivals in Springs Valley and Orleans. Let's take a look at today's starting lineups for the visiting Orleans Bulldogs. Leading it off and playing second base will be Dane Freed. Hitting second, the shortstop, Grady Springer. Hitting third and pitching is Caden Burning. The cleanup spot is the third baseman, Owen Gilbert. Hitting fifth and catching, Nolan Robbins. And hitting sixth out in center field, Troy Dilley. The DH, Bryce Terrell, will hit seventh. The eighth man in the order is the first baseman, Asher Robinson. And hitting ninth in right field, Eli Swayer. And on the mound today for the Paoli Rams, it'll be the right-hander, that being Tyler Hannon, coming in 5-1 with a very minuscule ERA of .61. Yeah, it is under 1, so that tells you how good he has pitched so far here this season. And the first pitch of the game is a fastball that sails outside for ball 1. Dane Freed stepping in for the first time today, the second baseman, hitting .353 on the season. There's a fastball that it also is elevated, and that'll be high for ball 2. Freed stepping in from the left side. Next pitch by Hannon, fouled straight back off the screen in front of us, and the count goes to 1-2. Setting that Ram defense today, it is Tyler Hannon on the mound, Riley Coate at catching position, Dom Garcia at first. Austin Chastain, who pitched a great game yesterday, is over at second. 1-2 pitch hit on the ground to the right side. Chastain goes under his glove. That'll be a hit out into right field. And Dane Freed gets things started with a single to right center field for the first base runner of the day. For the Rams, Cooper Spires at short, Kirkland Hughes at third, Aiden Hickman in left, Justin Thornton at center, and Raleigh Clunk in right. Bulldogs can hit the ball. They come in with a very hefty team average of .306. And freshman Grady Springer steps to the plate for the first time today, and he's played well in his first season of high school baseball, hitting .460. Freed getting a lead down at first base. Throw over by Hannon. He dives ahead in. Hughes even with the bag at third. First pitch swing and a miss by Springer for strike one. Dane Freed got things rolling here early for the Dogs. Leadoff single. Now it's up to his teammates to see if they can bring him around. Hannon from the stretch brings the next one in, and it's, fouled off the mask of our umpire, Odie Broughton. So we'll take a little bit of a break here to get everybody checked out and okay. As we look at team comparisons between these two ball clubs, Orleans averages just over 7 runs per ball game. The Rams almost 5.5. Orleans, as we mentioned, comes in with a .306 team batting average. The Rams are .213 when it comes to their hitting. As we mentioned the last couple of times that we've called their games, it was a struggle early on for the Rams to get hitting, and hopefully now they will get things rolling. As from the stretch, Hannon, Freed down at first, the leadoff single, another throw over. Dom Garcia holding the Bulldog runner. Outfield is straight away, that being Aiden Hickman in left, Justin Thornton in center, and Raleigh Clunk in right. Rams looking for a DP, and there's a curveball that sails inside, and the count to Springer is 1-2. Springer, right-handed hitter, pitched well last night in his first start of his young career. In fact, picked up a win and had a nice night at the plate as well. So he'll try and continue that confidence here in this game. Runner takes off. Their throw by Cote is down there, but not in time. And Freed will be in standing up with a stolen base. And Dane Freed gives the Bulldogs their first runner in scoring position. The count to Springer is 2-2. So good opportunity here for the middle part of this Bulldog order to give them an early lead. And from the stretch, curveball inside, and the count goes full at 3-2. Hannon throws the first ball, a fastball and the curveball. He'll slow a slider, mix up his change as well. From the stretch, checks the runner at second, brings it in. There's a fastball, but it's going to be foul off the screen. In fact, pinballed around a couple of times, hit the right side, then came over and hit the left side as well. For the season, Tyler, 34.2 innings, given up 7 runs. 3 of them have been earned, 15 hits, 37 strikeouts, and 17 walks. And there's another strikeout added to the total as Springer goes down swinging for out number 1. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Caden Burney. So pitcher versus pitcher for the first time here today. Caden on the year, the senior, again, a nice year as well. 442 batting average, leads the team in RBIs with 25. He has 8 doubles, 1 triple, and 1 home run. Freed down at second after a single and a steal, and Burney takes a strike at the knees for strike 1. Hannon working in some trouble here in the early part of this game in the top half of the first. The runner on at second and only 1 out. Burney steps in from the right side. Long look to second. Hannon brings it home, and there's an off-speed pitch, and it will be called for strike 2. So Hannon quickly out in front of Caden Burney. These two guys know each other very well. They played travel ball together when they were younger and now battling as they come up through their high school career. Fastball sails high, and the count goes to 1-2. Dane Freed definitely a threat to steal down at second. Riley Cote gave him a long look after he caught that pitch inside. 1-2 delivery from Hannon is a curveball popped up into the air. Out into short center field, Thornton settles in underneath of it, takes a couple of strides to his left, gets the ball back in, and that will be out number 2 of the inning for Orleans. And that'll bring Owen Gilbert to the plate. Owen is the junior third baseman, and again, another hitter over the 400 mark at 405 on the season coming into this conference game. Bulldogs are 1-4 in conference play. This will be their final conference game, and this a little check swing, a slow roller. Hughes comes over, but he's not going to get it as he fumbles it, and that'll put runners on at first and third with 2 outs. Error will be charged, and the Bulldogs keep the inning alive, and that's what happens when you put the ball in play. And that'll bring up the catcher, Nolan Robbins, the senior, hitting .281. Nolan just kind of working himself back into playing shape. A lot of Bulldog fans remember he had an injury late in the basketball season, kind of kept him out about 5 or 6 games here early on, and now Coach Jason Russell said they're all finally healthy over the past couple of weeks, and he hopes that will continue. There's one hit on the ground. Chastain fields it at second, throw over to first, and that will end the inning here for the Bulldogs in the top half of the first. The Bulldogs, they had no runs. They had 1 base hit. They had 2 men left on, and there was 1 Ram error at the inning and at the half-inning break here. As we go to the bottom of the first on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, there is no score. You're listening to Rams and Bulldogs baseball on Mix 95.3.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than InFocus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus.
Another beautiful afternoon at Trinkle Field for high school baseball, the second consecutive day that we've had ideal weather, and the fans coming in from Orleans to our right, Paoli over to our left. A lot of activity going on here. Paoli Junior Senior High School just up behind us at Cook Field in the Newkirk track. It is the Orange County Track and Field meet. So Orleans, Springs Valley, and Paoli all getting together to see who can lay claim to the conference crown. Well, I should say county crown as well. All three, though, in the same conference. Valley won the boys' conference the other night at Mitchell. Perry picked up the win for the girls, and Valley came in second in that girls' meet. Now back to baseball, and it'll be Cooper Spires leading it off for the Rams. The shortstop coming to the plate, hitting .241. First pitch by Caden Burning is a strike at the knees for strike one. Burning, fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, and Russell said he's best when he is able to change that speed on those breaking balls, so we'll see how he is dialed in today. Next pitch on the way, it's a fastball that sails high in the count 2-1-1. Caden on the year is 3-4, 3.80 ERA, 31.1 innings pitched, and this one's hit out into left center field. A good hit. Going back to center fielder Freed. Can he track it? No, he cannot. It's over his head. Spires on the move. He's the second base, and he'll be in with a stand-up double to left center field to get the Rams off and going here in the bottom of the first in this scoreless ball game. Spires does his job as he gets on base. And to the plate will be Kirkland Hughes. Hughes coming today, 333, had a nice night last night with a triple, a couple of runs scored, and an RBI. Kirkland with a runner on at second base. Nobody out. Looks at the first one low and outside for ball one. 22 runs Burning has given up. 17 of them have been earned. 21 hits, 39 strikeouts, and 20 walks so far this season. The next pitch is hit out in the right center field. Going back to right fielder Swayer. He's able to catch it, quickly get it in. Spires is going to tag, so he will move up 90 feet over to third on that pop-up. That'll be out number one. So Hughes does go the opposite way to move the runner along, and that'll bring up Tyler Hannon to the plate. Hannon, the pitcher, coming to the dish, hitting .244 on the year. Nolan Robbins is catching. Asher Robinson at first, Dane Freed at second, Grady Springer at short, and Owen Gilbert at third, the Bulldog infield. First pitch is a curveball on the outside part of the plate for strike one. The outfield is Connor Fitzenreiter, Troy Dilley in center, and Eli Swayer out in right for the Bulldogs. From the stretch, Burning checks the runner third, and his next pitch is high and outside, and the count goes to 1-1. Bulldogs, they stranded a runner in the top half of the first. Actually, two runners, I should say, as now the Rams, they have a runner at third with less than 2 outs. Burning from the stretch. Faces the right-hander Hannon. He fouls it off the back screen, and he falls behind in the count at 1-2. Cooper Spires a ringing double out to left center field. They got the second, and then the fly ball to right moved him over to third off the bat of Kirkland Hughes, and now it is up to Tyler Hannon to see if he can bring him home with less than 2 outs, and the ball is right at the home plate. It's on the dish, spinning around. Nolan Robbins couldn't locate it. He thought it went back to the screen, but it stayed right at his feet. It's a good thing it did because it had gotten away from him. We'd probably seen Cooper Spires try to score from third. Third baseman Gilbert playing even with the bag. Hannon at the plate. The count is 2-2. 1 out in the inning. Runner at third. This one's hit on the ground to the shortstop. He fields it. He's going to come home. Here comes a throw. It's going to be high, and that will bring in the first run of the day. Ball gets away from the catcher, but Robbins quickly corrals it here at the screen, and that'll make it a 1-0 ball game as Springer brought that home instead of going over to first here early in the ball game to get the sure out. Instead, though, Hannon will be on with a fielder's choice. He'll be on at first, still only 1 out, 1 run in, and Dom Garcia will come to the plate here for the Paoli Rams. So Rams score their first run of the ball game, and they still have a base runner on with only 1 out. Dom coming to the plate, hitting .275, the right-handed hitting first base, and he rakes one out to left center field, but going over is the center fielder Dilley to his right, able to get underneath of it, and that will be out number 2. As Garcia, good contact, but hit it right to the center fielder. And that'll bring up Raleigh Clunk, the right fielder for the Rams today. Raleigh, the sophomore, will step to the plate, hitting .264 with 12 RBIs. Hannon is your runner down at first. There's 2 outs in the inning as the Rams lead it 1-0 over Orleans. Quick throw over, but sliding back in ahead of the tag is Hannon. Rams able to scratch out 1 run so far here in the first to lead it 1-0. Burning from the stretch, pitch home, and a strike called at the knees to Klunk for strike 1. Burning trying to work out of any other damage if he can here in this bottom half of the first. And Klunk looks at a strike on the outside part of the plate, and he's behind in the count 0-2. Hannon getting his lead down at first. Robinson holds him, and Raleigh swings and misses, and that will be a strikeout and out number 3 here in the bottom half of the first. But for the Rams, they pick up 1 run on 1 hit. They leave 1 man on, and there were no errors. At the end of 1 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, Paoli 1, Orleans 0. You're listening to Rams and Bulldogs baseball on Mix 95.3.
Looking to make a difference? Team OC's Youth Mentoring Program is here to help kids in Orange County reach their full potential. Our mission to expand child's possibilities through a community-wide mentoring program for kids 7 to 17. We provide support, guidance, and a caring adult to lean on. You can be a part of their journey. Become a mentor or make a donation. Join us at 262 West Court Street, Paoli, or visit teamocmentoring.org. Questions? Call Executive Director Priscilla Woodrum at 812-653-0288. Team OC, expanding possibilities one child at a time.
Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living rehabilitation programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595.
Broadcasting from the historic Paoli Square, we are Mix 95.3 WUME Paoli.
Top of the second here at Trinkle Field, and for the Bulldogs, it'll be hitters 6, 7, and 8, Troy Dilly, Bryce Terrell, and Asher Robinson. Rams lead at 1-0 as Tyler Hannon begins his second inning of work on the mound today for Paoli. First pitch of the inning is a strike at the knees to Dilly for strike 1. Troy, senior, hitting .263 on the year with 9 RBIs and 2 doubles. A late swing, just got a piece of it. He's behind in the count now 0-2. Hannon gave up a leadoff single to Freed, and he got stranded, and this one's going to be popped foul down the right field line into the bullpen. No play there for the Rams right fielder, Raleigh Klunk, and the count remains 0-2. Dilly, right-handed hitter, opens up that stance, behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Hannon shaking off Code a couple of times now. The wind, the strike 2 pitch curveball, a little one-hopper past the diving second baseman out into right field as Chastain couldn't get to it. Klunk quickly gets it in, and for the second straight inning, the Bulldogs have the leadoff man on, and that will be their second hit of the ball game. And to the plate will be Bryce Terrell, the designated hitter. Terrell will hit for the left fielder, Connor Fitzenwasser. As Terrell, number 21, steps in, the sophomore hitting .333 on the year. Fakes the bunt, but a throw over. And Dilly, a threat to steal, dives in ahead of the tag. Third baseman Kirkland Hughes coming in. We had a breeze blowing out pretty gusty last night to right center. Now almost straight to right fielder comes a third baseman, and the runner goes. Coach throw is going to be the third base side of the bag, and that'll be a stolen base to Troy Dilly. So Dilly will be down in scoring position, the tying run in this game. And the count is 1-0 to Bryce Terrell. Terrell, again, a chance maybe to sacrifice and move him over another base from the stretch. Hannon's pitch. This one's going to be outside, and the count goes to 2-0. Hughes continues to creep in at third as he gets to the edge of the grass. The pitch home, and it's a fastball, but it's going to be inside, and the count goes to 3-0. Hannon has not walked the batter. He has struck out 1 so far here today. Again, squaring around the bunt, pulls it back, and taking a strike is Bryce Terrell, the DH. Count goes 3-1. Freed on at second, a single and a stolen base. Nobody out here in the top of the second. with a swing and a miss on a fastball, and that's strike two. And now the count is full to Bryce Terrell, the Bulldog DH. And it quickly ready to work. Checks the catcher's side, has it, brings it home. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss. Terrell goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning. Strikeout number two recorded by Tyler Hannon, and that'll bring up Asher Robinson, the first baseman, a left-handed hitter. Robinson, a sophomore, hitting 167 on the year with 1 RBI. Base hit here, he could double that. That'd be good news for the Dogs. First pitch, he squares the bunt, but he bunts it foul, and they have got Riley on the toe as he comes hobbling out of there. Hopefully he'll be able to walk that one off. Still limping just a bit as the Rams catcher, just a freshman, but played well behind the plate last night. And, of course, the Rams still trying to solidify their starting lineup, and Riley will come over as assistant coach Aaron Hannon will come out to check him out. Jeremy Payton, the Rams head coach. Assistants are Aaron Hannon, Jeremy Reynolds, Aaron Busick, and Adam Poole. And I think Riley got a smile on his face. Yeah, he's ready to go. So he'll be behind the plate here. Runner down at second for the Dogs, 1 out in the inning. We are in the top half of the second, make that, and a 1-0 lead for Paoli in this conference and county rivalry matchup. From the stretch, Hannon's pitches inside, goes all the way back to the screen. Here goes Freed. Freed going to motor in down to second. So the wild pitch will put him down at third. And a lot of ways that you can score. And the count goes to 1-1 to Asher Robinson as Riley Coate now gets settled back in behind the plate. See how the Rams want to play it to come in at the corners and medium depth at second and short. 1-run lead. Next pitch is a strike called at the knees on the outside part of the plate for strike two. Robinson behind in the count 1-2, the lefty. The 1-2 pitch by Hannon, and a swing and a miss, and Robinson goes down on strikes. That'll be out number two. Strikeout number 3 of the game for Hannon, a big one there. And that'll bring up the number 9 man, Eli Swayer, the right fielder. Swayer, freshman, hitting .316. Couple of freshmen here in the starting lineup for Coach Russell and the Dogs today. First pitch is a breaking ball that's outside for ball one. Hannon ready to work as he'll pitch from the full line with 2 outs and a runner on at third. His fastball is going to be outside, and Swayer ahead in the count 2-0. Dilly got on with a single, stole second, wild pitch moved him over to third. And there's a strike on the inside part of the plate to the left-handed hitting Eli Swayer for strike one. Hannon trying to get out of the inning without any runs scored to maintain a 1-0 lead. Next pitch, it sails high, and it is 3-1. Dean Freed wakes on dead. He's already got a base hit here today, the leadoff man. This is the guy that Hannon wants to get out, and he gets a strike called at the knees on the inside part of the plate, and the count goes to 3-2. Already struck out 2 in this inning. The 3-2 delivery by Hannon, a fastball, and it's lifted into the air, out of play down the left field line. Swayer will have to come back, and we'll redo a 3-2 pitch. We're in the top half of the second inning. 2 outs, 1 on for the Dogs, that being Troy Dilly at third. Hannon, the senior, with the 3-2 pitch on the way, and a swing and a miss by Swayer, and eventually striking out the side as the Bulldogs strand a runner down at third here in the second. There were no runs, another hit, 1 man left on, and no Ram errors. We'll go to the bottom of the second on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Paoli on top, 1-0. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summers Seamless Guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762 Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
Rams come to the plate for the second time today, leading 1-0. It'll be hitters 6, 7, and 8. Justin Thornton, Aiden Hickman, and Riley Coate. Due up here for Paoli. Thornton, the center fielder. Fastball by Burning to start off the inning is low in the dirt for ball one. Justin on the year, hitting 149 with 4 RBIs, but he's a lot better hitter than that. The Rams hope that he gets things rolling here in the final half of the month of May, heading into postseason play. Good eye on that one as you look at the next one, Sail High for ball two. Burning beginning his second inning of work. He's given up a run on one hit, and he has struck out one, has not walked a batter. Thornton will take a strike on the outside part of the plate at the letters for strike one. Caden Burning, as we mentioned, 21 hits, 39 strikeouts, 20 walks to his credit. And this one sails over the head of Thornton all the way back to the screen. And the count to the Rams' leadoff hitter here in the second is 3-1. On deck is Aiden Hickman for Paoli. So the Rams try to get something going here at the bottom part of the order in this second inning. 3-1 pitch is going to be way outside, and that's going to be a walk to Justin Thornton. A threat to steal for the Rams. He goes down to first base. First issued walk of the day by Caden Burning, and that will bring up Aiden Hickman. Hickman, the left fielder today, hitting 146 on the year. See how Coach Payton wants to play this. If we go a little small ball here with the runner, good speed at first, throw over, and Justin, it's diving in head first back in the dirt. Head of the tag from Asher Robinson. Burning paying attention to the Rams base runner in a 1-0 ball game. From the stretch, another throw over. Ooh, this one's close. And they say he got him. They're going to call him out as Thornton was leaning and put that ball right on the bag, did Burning, and Robinson applied the tag, and Thornton is picked off at first base for the first out of the inning, and that will quickly erase the base runner for Paoli. And Aiden Hickman yet to see a pitch. First one that he sees is going to be too far inside for ball one. So Burning able to bounce back with the pickoff there to erase that walk. The next pitch is going to sail high, and the count goes to 2-0. Bulldogs in their all-black uniforms today with the script Orleans in red across the chest. As the Rams await the next pitch, Hickman, and there's a fastball on the inside part of the plate for strike one. Paoli in their home white jerseys trimmed in purple and gold with the purple pants and the gold pinstripe down the bottom. And there's one hit on the ground. Springer comes running in at the edge of the grass, throw over, and they get him by a half step. It was a slow roller, and Springer a nice play at short. And that'll be out number two to bring up Riley Coate, the Rams catcher. Riley on the year, hitting 200. Got on base a couple of times last night with walks. Now he'll step in from the right side. 2 outs, nobody on. Coate, right-handed hitter, steps deep in the batter's box and crowds the plate. Burning's first pitch is a strike called at the letters on the outside part of the plate for strike one. Burning trying to make it a 1-2-3 inning. The next pitch is going to sail high to Riley, and the count goes to 1-1. Outfield comes in a couple of steps. Coate fouls this one straight back and off the screen and is behind in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. On deck is the second baseman, Austin Chastain, for the Rams. But it's Riley Coate at the plate, and he looks at one sail just a bit off the dish outside, and the count goes to 2-2. Riley back in, ready to go. Burning also set. Third baseman comes into the edge of the grass. That one's going to be low in the dirt, and Coate has worked the count full at 3-2. So Gilbert, let's see if 3-2 if he'll back up. No, he's going to stay at the cut of the grass. 3-2 pitch is going to be outside, and Riley able to coax a 2-out walk, second walk of the inning. The first one was picked off, and let's see if we don't have a designated or courtesy runner, we will. And for the Rams will be Barrett Hall, number 19. Kind of misidentified Barrett last night. Apologize for that. We got him here tonight as he goes out to first base, as Hall will be the courtesy runner for Paoli. And that'll bring up Austin Chastain. Chastain steps in from the right side, hitting 119 on the year. First pitch that he sees from Burning is low and inside for ball one on the fastball. All getting his lead. Rams got to be careful. Burning's already picked off one base runner in this inning, and there's a throw over. Ball gets away, and it hit the Ram assistant coach Jeremy Reynolds in the coaching box and saved it from going to the screen, but Ball was diving back. I don't know if he'd have been able to get up and advance or not. Now Coach Reynolds moves back a few steps, get out of the line of fire. There's a fastball, though, that Chastain takes on the outside part of the plate for strike one, 1-1. Rams have had some base runners here in the first couple of innings, but have only pushed one across the plate. Burning trying to keep it that way, throw over to first, and again, close as Hall goes diving in head first to the bag. Caden Burning very cognizant of the runners here so far today that the Rams have put on. The next delivery is going to be low, and a nice play by Nolan Robbins behind the dish to keep that one in front of him and not come back here to us at the backstop. Count goes to 2-1. Runner on at first, 2 outs for the Rams. Bottom of the second. Pitch in and is hit out into right field. Going back his Swayer turns around. Now he settles underneath of it, and he will pick it out of the air for out number 3 here in the bottom of the second for Paoli. The Rams, there were no runs, no hits. They leave one man on base, and there were no Bulldog errors at the end of 2 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Paoli leads at 1-0. You're listening to Rams and Bulldogs baseball on Mix 95.3.
Springer Insurance is proud to support our Paoli Rams as they work toward a successful season. The hard work that goes into training and preparation is something we truly value. Mark, Daniel, Thomas, and Greg will work with our team at Indiana Farmers Insurance to find the best coverage for your home, auto, farm, or business. Visit us at Springer Insurance in Orleans or call 812-865-3133. We love taking care of customers as much as we love our Rams. Go Rams!
Every day, children in our community enter the court systems because of abuse or neglect, and they need someone to speak up for them. That's where CASA comes in. Our volunteers stand beside them, making sure their voices are heard and their best interests come first. It's incredibly important work, and we need more people willing to make a difference. I'm Chrissy Evans, Orange County CASA Director. If you've ever wondered how you could help a child in a meaningful way, I'd love to talk with you. Call 812-723-2411.
Top of the order for the Bulldogs as we roll into inning number 3. Dane Freed, Grady Springer, and Caden Burning due up here for the visiting Bulldogs. Freed opened up this game with a single, and now he steps in for the second time today. And he takes a strike at the knees on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. So far today, Tyler Hannon has given up a couple of hits, struck out 4, has not walked a batter or hit a batter here in his first 2 innings of work. The wind, the strike 1 pitch. And there's another one. This is a curveball of beauty that breaks over the plate. Freed all of a sudden behind in the count 0-2. Dane steps in from the left side. The strike 2 pitch is hit on the ground. Dom Garcia over to field it. He's going to toss it over to Hannon. It's a foot race down the baseline, and Hannon able to cover and field his position. A nice little underhand toss from Dom Garcia. Close play, bang, bang, and it goes the Rams' way. That'll be out number 1. And to the plate will be Grady Springer. Springer struck out on a full count his first time up to the plate, but again has had a good season as a freshman, hitting .460. First pitch that he sees, low in the dirt for ball 1. As we mentioned earlier, Springer, good night, the winning pitcher last night, and had a good night at the plate as well with a couple of hits. It's a right back to Tyler Hannon, the pitcher, a one-hopper. Hannon going to throw it over to first, and there's quickly 2 up and 2 down here in the third inning of play. Freed went out 3-1. Springer went out 1-3. And now it is Caden Burning coming to the plate. Burning popped out to the center fielder his first time up. And again, Burning, the senior right-hander, steps in. Base is empty and 2 down. And the first pitch that he sees, the second time through, is popped up into the air down the right field side. Going over in foul territory is the first baseman, Dom Garcia. And in foul territory, he will squeeze it for out number 3. So a quick inning here for Orleans in this third. 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Paoli leads at 1-0. You're listening to Rams and Bulldogs baseball on Mix 95.3.
Once upon a time, you spent your money on candy and video games. Now, you're trying to save up for that new thing you just gotta have. Level up your money game. Ask your parents to help you open a smart spending account at Hoosier Hills Credit Union. It has all those cool things like your very own debit card, or transfer money easily to your friends. Also perks like no monthly fees and an app on your phone to manage your money. Smart money moves? Total main character energy. Hit up HoosierHills.com and get started. Federally insured by NCUA.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jeremy Payton, your Bedford Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Edward Jones and Jeremy Payton is a proud sponsor of high school sports on WUME. For all of your investment needs, call Jeremy Payton or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Bottom of the third, the Rams have the top of the order up. Cooper Spires, Kirkland Hughes, and Tyler Hannon. This is the group that produced run number one and the only run of the game so far. And Cooper Spires got it started with a ringing double out to left center field. Let's see now how Burning will approach him the second time, leading off an inning. Cooper coming in, hitting .241, but that'll go up a few points with that hit to start off the bottom of the first. First pitch he sees is a curveball that breaks in across the inside part of the plate for strike one. Burning has given up the one run on one hit, struck out one and walked two in his first two innings of work. And there's a fastball as Spires behind in the count now, 0-2. So Cooper got to be defensive at the plate. Straight away in the outfield. Actually, center field is shading a little bit over towards left center. There's a little blooper, and quickly off the mound, a one hopper, and it fielded by Burning. Quick throw over, and they'll get Spires chugging down the line for out number one. So Burning a good job of fielding his position there. Went up in the air and then came down, and he was able to smother it just off the right side of the mound to his right. Our left here is we're in our vantage point behind home plate. I got to bring up Kirkland Hughes. Hughes slide out to right to move the base runner on his first time up. Officially 0 for 1, and he takes a strike at the first pitch for strike one. And Burning a good job here in this third to quickly get out in front of the first two men in the order for Paoli. Strike one pitch on the way, and there's another curveball, and it's count now 0-2, and Hughes finds himself behind in the count like Spires did. As Burning now a lot to work with ahead 0-2, and there's a check swing ball in the dirt. Robbins comes up with it, and he'll throw it down the first to complete the strikeout. And quickly 2 up and 2 down here for the Rams. Burning will record his second strikeout of the day. And Tyler Hannon, who got on with the fielder's choice his first time up, will step to the dish for the second time today. Tyler coming into this game hitting .244 on the season. As Burning now sets with the full wind. The first pitch to Hannon, kind of thought about it, but did not go around and swing, and it is a strike. So Caden Burning, a strong inning here in the third, trying to get his first 1-2-3 inning of the day. Strike one pitch is going to be low in the dirt for ball one, 1-1. Ram hitters approach here. They want to try and make Burning work a little bit more. He's only throwing now 6 pitches in this inning. This one's fouled back out of play into the parking lot. Had a lot of foul balls last night. So far, a couple here today. As Hannon falls behind in the count at a ball and 2 strikes. Burning ready to work again. Caden delivers, and this one's going to be in the dirt. Robbins blocks it, but keeps it to get it. Count goes to 2-2 out to his right. Outfield straight away except for center field. That's where Dilly is shaded over to left. Hannon steps deep in the batter's box, and he looks at a fastball that is high, and he has worked the count now full at 3-2. 2 outs in the inning, nobody on for the Rams. Hannon tries to get something going with 2 outs. 3-2 pitch, swing, and a miss. And that'll be out number 3, strikeout number 2 here in this inning for Caden Burning, and his third of the ball game. Quick 1-2-3 inning here for the Rams in the bottom of the third. The end of 3 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Paoli on top by a score of 1-0. You're listening to Rams and Bulldogs baseball on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summers Seamless Guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
Fans from Orleans and Paoli enjoying another beautiful sunshine day here for high school baseball at Trinkle Field. As we move on to the fourth inning of play in a 1-0 ball game with Paoli on top. For the Bulldogs, middle part of the order, hitters 4, 5, and 6, Owen Gilbert, Nolan Robbins, and Troy Dilly. Gilbert got on with an error, a little chopper between the third baseman and the pitcher's mound that Kirkland Hughes could not come up with to get a clean throw off. But he was left stranded back in the first, so he'll step up for the second time today. First pitch to the right-hander is going to be inside for ball one. Owen, cleanup man in the order, hitting .405 on the year with 9 RBIs and 3 doubles, and he rakes one out into right center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Thornton quickly over into right center to field it and get it back in. And Owen Gilbert starts off the inning with a solid single out to right center field. And for the Bulldogs, that will be their third hit of the ball game. And now to bring up Nolan Robbins. Robbins grounded out to the second baseman his first time up. A threat to steal is Gilbert getting a lead. There he goes on the first pitch. Coates' throw down is going to be to the third base side of the bag, and Gilbert will be in ahead of the tag. And that'll put a runner in scoring position at second base with nobody out here for the Orleans Bulldogs, who trail it by 1. The ball called on Robbins. 1-0 pitch. It's going to be low in the dirt. And the count goes to 2-0. Bulldogs so far today have stranded 3 base runners. And they've got a runner on here early, and the next pitch is inside, and Robbins ahead in the count 3-0. So Hannon thought he might have got into a rhythm in that last inning, but struggling here to start off the fourth. Pitch is fouled off over to the Bulldogs dugout down the first base way, which is the visitors' dugout here at Trinkle Field. Of course, the Rams in their home dugout down the third base way. Robbins count now 3-1 to the senior catcher. Hannon checks the runner, brings it home, and it's hit right back to Hannon. Checks the runner, got to throw over to first. High throw. Garcia goes up to come back down on the bag, and Robbins is out 1-3 and unable to move the base runner on. And that'll bring up Troy Dilly to the plate. Troy had a single his first time up, stole second, then a wild pitch moved him over to third, and that's where he was left stranded. 1 out, 1 on now for the Dogs. And his first pitch is fouled back and out of play off the bat of Troy Dilly for strike 1. Dilly, a senior, center fielder, hitting .263 on the year. Another chance for the Bulldogs here in this run-1 game that they trail in. Strike 1 pitch from Hannon. The right-hander comes straight over the top, and there's a fastball for strike 2. Tyler on the day has already struck out 4 batters. Good news is, though, Ram fans, he hasn't given up a run yet. Next pitch is hit right back to him again. He checks the runner, throws it over to first, and that'll be out to number 2. So Hannon fielding his position with great precision. And there's 2 outs now with the runner still at second. That'll bring up Bryce Terrell, the DH. Terrell struck out his first time up. He's one of the 4 strikeouts packed after the leadoff single by Dilly in the second. Hannon struck out the side, and he starts Terrell off with a strike at the knees for strike 1. Orleans has had their leadoff hitter on 3 times already in this ball game, but unable to push a run across. The next pitch is high and outside for ball 1, 1-1. Terrell, the DH, hits for Connor Fitzenreiter, the left fielder. And this one's a shot out to right field. That's going to be a base hit. Clunk feels it. They're going to wave him around. Cut off by Garcia at first base. And nope, they're going to hold him as Gilbert puts on the brakes. As Terrell goes the opposite way for a single, but not out far enough to wave him in. And the Bulldogs have runners at the corners now with 2 outs in the inning. The hit number 4 of the day for the Bulldogs. And they'll bring up Asher Robinson in a big spot. Robinson, a strikeout victim his first time up. The lefty will step out as Riley Coates steps out in front of the plate, gives some defensive signals to his teammates in the field. 2 outs, 2 on here for the Dogs. Robinson steps in from the left side, the sophomore first baseman. First pitch is going to be outside, and ball 1. Anxious to see if they'll send Terrell or not, or keep him at first base. So far, the Bulldogs have been successful in their steals. Pitch is going to be outside with the fastball, and 2-0 the count to Asher Robinson, the number 8 man in the Bulldog batting order. Tyler Hannon in a bit of trouble. Runners at the corners, and this one's hit out into right field. Clunk going over. It's going to be over his head. That's going to be a fair ball and extra bases. That'll tie up the ball game. Clunk finally gets it back in to Hickman, the second baseman. And Asher Robinson, they've got him caught up between second and third, and they go to second, but not in time. He's going to be safe as they tried to freeze him between the base passes. Robinson overran second. Unfortunately, he got back. So when it's all said and done, Asher Robinson with a double right field gets an RBI. Coming in to score is Gilbert to tie it up at 1-1. Going over to third is Terrell. So the Bulldogs now have tied it up 1-1 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, and threatening with runners on at second and third. And the hitter is Eli Swayer. He struck out his first time. So Orleans able to come up with a run here in the 4th inning of play, and still threatening. Swing and a miss by Swayer. And the count goes to 1-1 to Eli. He is the right fielder, and a freshman starting with a .316 batting average. Swing and a miss on another one at the knees on the inside part of the plate. And now Hannon 1 strike away from getting out of the inning without any further damage. The strike 2 pitch on the way, and it's popped up over to the left side of the infield, but it's going to make its way out of play behind the Ram dugout. And that will bring Swayer back. The count will remain at a ball and 2 strikes. Bulldogs finally able to take advantage of getting the leadoff hitter on here in this 4th to tie it up at 1-1 and looking for more. Bottom part of the order coming through for Coach Jason Russell. And the next pitch sails outside, and the count goes to 2-2. On deck is Dane Freed, the leadoff hitter. Fastball is going to be low, and we're going full at 3-2. First base is open, but Hannon wants to end this inning right here, right now. As the sign, ready to deal. The 3-2 pitch, and it's going to be outside for ball 4, and that will load him up for Dane Freed. As we flip the order over, first walk issued today by Tyler Hannon. As Terrell down at third, Robinson at second, and Swayer is over at first, and Dane Freed comes to the plate. And we're going to get a visit to the mound here by pitching coach Adam Poole. So breaking the action here in the 4th, tied up 1-1. You're listening to Rams and Bulldogs baseball on Mix 95.3.
Springer Insurance is proud to support our Paoli Rams as they work toward a successful season. The hard work that goes into training and preparation is something we truly value. Mark, Daniel, Thomas, and Greg will work with our team at Indiana Farmers Insurance to find the best coverage for your home, auto, farm, or business. Visit us at Springer Insurance in Orleans or call 812-865-3133. We love taking care of customers as much as we love our Rams. Go Rams!
Bulldogs have tied it up 1-1 and threatening to get the first lead of the day. Terrell down at third, Robinson at second, Swayer over at first, and Freed swings and misses on the first offering for strike 1. So sure, Coach Adam Poole just said, hey, just go after the batter. That's the only guy you got to work at. The wind and the strike 1 pitch, a curveball. It is popped up and out of play behind us, and all of a sudden now Hannon out in front of Dane Freed, 0-2, the leadoff hitter. This is where the Bulldogs want to be. Bases loaded, top of the order at the plate. The strike two pitch on the way is a fastball. It sails outside. Reed, a good eye, did not go after it. Hannon was hoping that he might get a little aggressive there, but he did not. And the 1-2 pitch is fouled out of play again behind the bleachers. Over to our left. And we'll keep the count at a ball and 2 strikes. Bulldogs have already pushed one run across here in the fourth. Tied it at 1-1 in this conference and county showdown. The 1-2 pitch on the way from Hannon, and it's a line shot over the head of the first baseman. That'll bring in run number 2. They're going to wave Robinson around. That'll bring in run number 3, and it'll be a 2-run double off the bat of Dane Freed down the right field line, and that will give the Bulldogs their first lead of the ball game at 3-1. So Orleans, a couple of big 2-out hits here in this inning, and they are still threatening as they have 2 men in scoring position as Swayer goes all the way over to third, and down to second is Dane Freed. And to the plate will be Grady Springer, the freshman. See if he can add on a couple of more runs here. First pitch is a ball. The next pitch to Springer is ball 2, 2-0. So the Bulldogs have come alive here in the fourth. A lot of damage with 2 outs in the inning. Hannon, this is the 8th man to bat in this inning. And there is a curveball for strike 1. Dane Freed, his second hit of the day is a big one, a rope down the right field line over the head of the Rams' first baseman. Curveball sails high, and Springer ahead in the count at 3-1. Hannon trying to work out and get this inning shut down. There's a fastball that's popped up into the air, and shortstop Cooper Spires comes over, and he is able to squeeze it finally for the final out of the inning. But it is a good one for the Bulldogs as they send 8 men to the plate in this inning. They pick up a total of 3 runs, and for Orleans, there was a total of 4 hits. They leave 2 men on, and there were no Ram errors. At the end of 3.5 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting and Raymond James scoreboard, the Dogs on top, 3-1. You're listening to Rams and Bulldogs baseball on Mix 95.3.
Every day, children in our community enter the court systems because of abuse or neglect, and they need someone to speak up for them. That's where CASA comes in. Our volunteers stand beside them, making sure their voices are heard and their best interests come first. It's incredibly important work, and we need more people willing to make a difference. I'm Chrissy Evans, Orange County CASA Director. If you've ever wondered how you could help a child in a meaningful way, I'd love to talk with you. Call 812-723-2411.
Once upon a time, you spent your money on candy and video games. Now, you're trying to save up for that new thing you just gotta have. Level up your money game. Ask your parents to help you open a smart spending account at Hoosier Hills Credit Union. It has all those cool things like your very own debit card, or transfer money easily to your friends. Also perks like no monthly fees and an app on your phone to manage your money. Smart money moves? Total main character energy. Hit up HoosierHills.com and get started. Federally insured by NCUA.
Rams try and answer back after the Bulldogs put up a crooked number in the top half of this fourth inning to take the lead 3-1. And we'll see now how Caden Burning will work on the mound with his first lead of the day. He'll face hitters 4, 5, and 6 for Paoli. That'll be Dom Garcia, Raleigh Clunk, and Justin Thornton as Rams trying to get back into this ball game. Scored 1 run in the first inning of play. And they've had base runners on except for 1 inning, and that was the last inning. And the first pitch to Dom is low in the dirt for ball 1. Dom 0 for 1 today. He popped out to the center fielder back in the first inning of play. Caden Burning, the right-hander on the mound, deals the pitch in, and it's going to sail high for ball 2. Burning does a little bit of groundskeeping work in front of the mound there where his leg comes down, landing pitching there with that right leg. And finally, this one's popped up into the air behind home plate. Here comes Robbins over. Robbins, as he tried to circle underneath of it. I don't know if the wind might have caught it at the very last inning, at the last second, I should say. But anyway, he can't corral it. It just goes down as a strike. And Bulldogs hope that doesn't come back to haunt them here as Garcia will get new life as the catcher unable to corral that ball in foul territory just over to his right. kind of right near the edge where the cutout is of the dirt and the grass. So that footing may have played a little bit of into that catch that he kind of lost his concentration. And the next pitch is going to be low and outside to Dom, and that's going to be 3-1 to the Rams' first baseman. Next pitch is hit foul, and it's going to be right at the home plate. Hit in the home plate, and then came out and rolled out fair, but so it goes down as a strike, and the count goes to 3-2. Garcia leading it off for the Rams in this fourth inning of play. Paoli trying to dig back, trailing 3-1. Garcia hacks at another high one, and it's going to go out of play. Count will remain at 3 balls and 2 strikes to the senior first baseman. Asher Robinson at first, Dane Freed at second, Grady Springer at short, Owen Gilbert at third. The Bulldog infield today, a swing and a miss by Dom Garcia. A strikeout to open up the inning. That is out number 1. And for Burning, strikeout number 4 of the ball game. And to the plate will be Raleigh Clunk. Clunk was one of those strikeout victims. In fact, he struck out to end the first inning of play. As Clunk steps from the right side with 1 out and nobody on for Paoli. Burning deals his first pitch, a swing and a miss to the Rams right fielder for strike 1. Burning, see if he can get into a groove. That's what the Bulldog fans are hoping now, that he has the lead to work with. Next pitch is high and outside for ball 1, 1-1. Connor Fitzenreiter out in left, Troy Dilly in center, Eli Swayer out in right. That's the Bulldog outfield. And Nolan Robbins behind the plate, Caden Burning on the mound. Next pitch is going to be low in the dirt for ball 2. The 2-1 pitch by Burning. Another one in the dirt that bounces all the way back to the screen, and the count to Raleigh goes to 3-1. Bulldogs would looking for another 1-2-3 inning. Rams looking to get base runners on, trailing now by a margin of 3-1. Next pitch is a little liner out to the second baseman. Ranging over to his left is Dane Freed to pull it in for out number 2. And that will bring up to the plate Justin Thornton with the bases empty. Thornton walked his last time up, and then he got picked off. And erased a leadoff base runner for Paoli back in the second. Justin coming to the plate, hitting 149 on the year, squares the bunt, bunts it high into the air, and it's going to be caught by the on-deck man, that being Aiden Hickman. Nobody from Orleans had a chance to get to that one. And it goes down as a strike to Thornton. Justin trying to use his speed and athletic ability to get on base any way that he can here in this contest. Strike 1 pitch, and it is a curveball and a beauty across the plate. Breaks in there, strike zone for strike 2. 2 outs in the inning, nobody on for the Rams. Thornton's next pitch is lined out into right field for a base hit as he goes the opposite way. Quickly Swayer over to get it. He bobbles it. Here goes Thornton chugging into second. Is he going to be there? Yes, as the shortstop cannot hold on to it. And heads up base running there by Thornton, as Thornton will be credited with a single and then an error to the right fielder, allow him to go to second. But 2 outs, so Thornton exhibiting some aggressive base running. Paoli has their second hit of the ball game. And now to bring up Aiden Hickman to the plate. He grounded out to the shortstop his first time. Takes a cut at the first one and fouls it off the catcher's mask for strike 1. 3-1. Bulldogs on top as we are in the bottom of the fourth at Trinkle Field in this county and conference showdown. Rams need a win in conference play to close out with a 4-2 record and tie for second with Mitchell. As a strike call to Hickman, as the West Washington Senators have already secured the conference championship here. As from the stretch now, Burning steps off the mound, tries to get Thornton to get back to second, and he does. Second baseman Freed holding him close, and there's a curveball, and it is a beauty. It freezes the hitter Hickman, and that will be out number 3 of the inning as Rams cannot take advantage of the base runner. In the inning, no runs. There was 1 hit. There was 1 man left on and 1 Bulldog error at the end of 4 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. It is Orleans 3, Paoli 1. You're listening to Rams and Bulldogs baseball on Mix 95.3.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jeremy Payton, your Bedford Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Edward Jones and Jeremy Payton is a proud sponsor of high school sports on WUME. For all of your investment needs, call Jeremy Payton or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Builders and remodelers count on Bender Lumber, now proudly a division of RP Lumber. From windows, doors, and siding to cabinets, decking, and power tools, they've got the materials and expert advice to help you deliver quality work job after job. Their team knows what makes a project run smoothly and ready to support your next one. Visit them in Paoli or BenderLumber.com. Bender Lumber, now part of the RP Lumber family. RP Lumber, best service, best value.
Bulldogs come to the plate here in the fifth after nearly batting around in the fourth. That saw them score 3 runs to take the lead here today, 3-1. In this fifth inning, it'll be hitters 3, 4, and 5, Caden Burning, Owen Gilbert, and Nolan Robbins due up for Orleans. Burning is third time to the plate, popped the center, and popped to the first baseman. And he takes a curveball for strike one for Tyler Hannon. Hannon's job right now just to keep this right where it is. Again, he's allowed more runs here today than he has in about the last 3 weeks. And the next pitch is low in the dirt for ball one, 1-1 the count. Came in with that ERA of 0.67. And Burning goes around, couldn't hold up, and the count goes to 1-2. Caden coming into today's game, the senior, hitting .442 with 25 RBIs to lead the team in that category. Takes a swing, and it gets away from Riley Coate. It goes away over here to the left. Coate finally got to get it, but here goes the base runner down the second, and the throw not going to be there in time. So the drop, third strike in the dirt, and then aggressive base running by Burning, and he's all the way down to second. So unfortunately, does not get an out in that to complete it, and the leadoff man is on again for the Dogs in scoring position. And Owen Gilbert will come to the plate. Gilbert got things started the last inning with a single, a stolen base, and a run scored. As Owen looks at the first one outside for ball one. Hannon trying to get into a groove, but has struggled here today. The next pitch in, nearly hit him inside, and Burning dances off second, but does not take off for third. As Tyler Hannon ready to work again quickly from the stretch, checks the runner. Fires it in the dirt. Good backstop that time with the hands of Riley Coate behind the plate. In fact, came up with a mitt full of dirt with that pitch. And it's a 3-1, 3-0 count here to Gilbert. And the 3-0 pitch is high, and that's going to be a walk. And that will put 2 men on with nobody out. Second walk issued today by Tyler Hannon. And that'll bring Nolan Robbins to the plate. Robbins bats back to the pitcher his last time up. Before that, he grounded out the second. Steps in from the right side. 2 on, nobody out. And a curveball comes in to catch the outside part of the plate for strike one. If Hannon labors much more, we'll probably see a pitching change, and it would be Cooper Spires. From the stretch, Hannon brings it in, and it's fouled back off the screen for strike two. All the damage done by the Bulldogs back in the fourth came with 2 outs. Hannon ready to work again from the stretch. Checks the runners, brings it in. A swing and a miss as Robbins comes up empty on that curveball, and that will be out number 1 and strikeout number 5 for Tyler. And Troy Dilley will come to the plate. Dilley singled and was stranded in the second, and then he bounced back to the pitcher in the fourth inning. 1 out, 2 on now for the Dogs. First pitch inside and low for ball one to the center fielder, Troy Dilley. Dilley hitting .263 on the year. We'll flick up a couple of points with the base hit that he's got today, and he bounded off his shin. You know that one's got to hurt as he'll walk it off going down the third baseline and using the bat as a cane here for some additional support. Looks like he took it off maybe the left calf, and that stings. So they'll give Troy ample of time now to get regrouped and ready to go. He's not going to take much time. He steps in ready to go. Count 1-1 Runners on at first and second. Little weak grounder over to the second baseman. Hickman has it. Got to throw over to first, and they get him by a half step. It does move up both base runners, Burning to third, Gilbert down to second. Dilly will be out number 2, though, of this inning, and that will bring up Bryce Terrell. Terrell had a big single and a run scored back in the fourth when the Bulldogs started their rally with 2 outs in the inning. So Terrell 1 for 2 on the day. His first pitch is a curveball that breaks in over the inside part of the plate at the knees for strike 1. Bryce coming in today hitting .333, the DH. Right-handed hitter. Swing and a miss on the next offering, and behind in the count 0-2. Hand and 1 strike away from getting out of a jam here in the 5th. The wind, the 0-2 pitch by Hannon. Another curveball, swing and a miss. Going down on strikes is Terrell for the 3rd out of the inning. Here in the 5th, there were no runs for the Orleans Bulldogs. There were no base hits. They leave 2 men on, and there were no Ram errors. At the end of 4.5 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, Orleans leads at 3-1. You're listening to Rams and Bulldogs baseball on Mix 95.3.
Cave Quarries Incorporated and Calcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mix asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their 2 locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Calcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Calcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
In need of a financial checkup? Consider Whitfield Investments for comprehensive investment advice and wealth management services. As a passionate Paoli native, Wes Whitfield places the needs of his clients first as he works to grow a stronger, financially savvy community of investors, families, and individuals. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can help you stay on track with your goals, both now and in the future.
Rams try and mount a comeback here in the 5th. Right-hander Caden Burring on the mound, working with a 3-1 lead, the senior right-hander. He'll face hitters 8, 9, and 1 for the Rams. Riley Coate, Austin Chastain, and Cooper Spires due up here for Paoli. Riley, the last time up, walked, and then was pitch run for, and that courtesy runner was stranded. He hits the first one down the right field line. That'll be foul and out of play for strike 1. Riley coming in today, hitting .200 from the right side. Again, been doing a lot of the catching here as of late, as Paoli has switched him around along with Kirkland Hughes behind the plate. Hit on the ground, third baseman, fielded by Gilbert. Long throw across the diamond, and they're able to get him. And that'll be out number 1 here in the 5th inning for Paoli. And that'll bring up Austin Chastain. Chastain, the second baseman today, hits from the right side. He is 0 for 1 today as he popped out to the right fielder his first time up. 1 out, nobody on here for the Rams. Bottom of the 5th inning of play. You get to this point of the game, and you start counting the outs a little bit. First pitch to Austin is going to be outside for ball 1. Rams would like to see the bottom part of this order start to get something rolling here to get some base runners up for the top of the order, trailing by 2. Hit on the ground to the shortstop. Springer fields it cleanly, picks it up, throws it across the diamond, and they get him by a step. And there's quickly 2 up and 2 down. Burning's defense playing well behind him here today. And we'll go to the top of the order, and that'll bring up Cooper Spires. Spires has doubled and scored in the first, and then grounded back to the pitcher in the 3rd inning. As Cooper steps in from the right side, brings the top of the order to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. First pitch to Cooper as he checks a swing and he takes a strike. Caden Burning, after that first inning when he gave up a run, is not allowed no more than 4 batters per inning, and this one's beat foul at the plate off the bat of Spires, and he's behind in the count now 0-2. Cooper behind in the count 0-2. As Burning looking for another 1, 2, 3 inning. He's had one of those. That was back in the 3rd. His team on top, 3-1. Strike 2 pitch. Hit on the ground. A high chopper to Springer. Had to back up. Can he get him in time? Throw across the diamond, and he's going to be safe. That's going to be an infield single because that was just a high chopper, and there was nothing that Springer could do. He did everything that he can on that type of play, and that'll give the Rams an infield single, and that will be their third hit of the day, and that will bring up to the plate Kirkland Hughes as the Rams have a base runner on with 2 outs in the inning. Kirkland today 0 for 2, flied out to right and struck out, quick throw over. Rams got to be careful. They've already had one base runner picked off here in this ball game. That was Justin Thornton back in the second when he had a leadoff walk. 2-out single in the infield to Spires, leaning. Nope, he's able to dive back ahead of the throw. Asher Robinson applied the tag, but not in time. Burning a lot of attention to Spires, gets lead to the cut of the grass, and Hughes looks at the first one low and inside for ball 1. Paoli down 3-1. Runner on at first with 2 outs here in the fifth. Another quick throw over, and Cooper able to dive back. So Burning trying to hold the base runner as close as possible here with a 2-run lead. From the stretch, checks the runner, brings it in, and Spires looks at one. He gets away from the catcher, Robbins. There goes Spires. Throw down, not in time. He'll be in there standing up. And Cooper Spires will be down there on the pass ball. Puts him in scoring position. Count goes to 2-0 to Kirkland Hughes. Base hit here could get the Rams 1 run closer. It's a 3-1 game. From the stretch, Burning delivers, and this fastball sails high and outside. The count goes to 3-0. On deck, Tyler Hannon. Kirkland Hughes 3-0. See if they'll give him the green light. Put the runner on at second. 2 outs in the inning. Springer dances in from the shortstop side, and this one's a check swing, and that'll be a strike called, and the count goes to 3-1. Kirkland just tried to hold up but could not. And the count goes to 3-1 as Burning steps off the rubber, forces the runner to drop back to second base. Now Cooper getting his lead down at second. Shortstop and second dance behind him. Now Burning bluff throw back to second base. But Spires back in plenty of time. Again, a bit of a breeze blowing out to right field today. Not as gusty as it was yesterday, though. Long stretch pitch home, and there's a strike called as Hughes looks at that one, and all of a sudden the count goes full to Kirkland at 3-2. Runner on at second base. 2 outs in the inning. Kirkland, as Spires will be taking off with the pitch, and it's going to be low in the dirt. No, he doesn't. He stays home, and that'll put 2 base runners on. That'll be a 2-out walk issued. That's a third walk of the day by Burning, and that'll bring Tyler Hannon to the plate. Hannon got on with a fielder's choice and struck out in the third. So Hannon a big opportunity to help himself here, trailing 3-1, and the tying runs are on the base pass for the Rams' third man in the order. First pitch to Hannon is a curveball that is high for ball 1. Spires, single with 2 outs, pass ball moved him to second, use a 2-out walk. Caden Burning checks the runners, brings it home, and it's a fastball on the outside part of the plate for strike 1, 1-1. Caden Burning trying to close out this inning without any runs scored to preserve that 3-1 lead his Dogs have. A 1-1 pitch on the way, and it's going to be low and outside, and the count goes to 2-1. As they bluff throw down, and they do throw it down to the second baseman trying to sneak in, freed behind Spires, but Cooper is back in plenty of time. Rams have the tying runs on the base pass. It's up to Hannon to move him along. He pops one up into the air a mile high, but it's going to be out of play behind us. And the count goes to 2-2 to Tyler Hannon. Burning now 1 strike away from ending the Rams' threat here in the 5th inning. He checks the runner at second. Fires the pitch home 2-2, and it's a strike called as Hannon goes down looking, and Burning comes up with a huge strikeout to bring this inning to a close. There were no runs in the inning. There was 1 hit. There were 2 men left on, and there were no Bulldog errors. At the end of 5 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, Orleans on top, 3-1. You're listening to Rams and Bulldogs baseball on Mix 95.3.
Invest where it matters most, in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community. One scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
Broadcasting from the historic Paoli Square, we are Mix 95.3 WUME Paoli.
Rams make a pitching change as we move here to the sixth inning of play. Cooper Spires will come on in relief, the senior right-hander. Cooper enters today's ball game with a 3-1 record, 1.56 ERA. He's pitched 27 innings, given up 7 runs. 6 of them have been earned, 17 hits, 46 strikeouts, and 20 walks to his credit. Tyler Hannon, he's on the hook today, though, for this loss right now. He went 5 innings, gave up 3 runs on 6 hits, struck out 6, and walked 2 Bulldog batters. So Orleans will come to the plate here in the sixth, bottom of the order, 8, 9, and 1. Robinson, Swayer, and then Dane Freed. Asher Robinson had a big double down the right field line his last time up to drive in a run and keep the inning alive for the Bulldogs. And he rakes another one, but this one's going to hook foul down the right field line as he got out in front of that first pitch that he sees from Cooper Spires for strike 1. Spires, a lot like Hannon, will throw a fastball, curveball, and a changeup. Strike 1 pitch is a curveball, and it breaks over the outside part of the plate for strike 2. It's one of those pitches easy to give up by a left-handed hitter. It starts outside in the batter's box and then comes back in. Here it comes again, but this one is just a bit too far outside, and the count goes to 1-2. Robinson digs in from the left side, the sophomore. And another curveball, but it also does not bend in far enough, and the count goes to 2-2. Spires looking to get the leadoff man here. That's been a problem for the Rams in this ball game, and another curveball that is outside as well, and the count goes full at 3-2. So Robinson should get something good to hit here to lead off the inning with the count 3-2. Just starting the sixth inning here at Trinkle Field, the payoff pitch, swing and a miss. And that'll be out number 1 on the first strikeout of the day by Cooper Spires. And that'll bring up to the plate Eli Swayer. Swayer had a walk to keep the inning alive in the 4th inning, but was left stranded at third base. He is officially 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. He looks at the first one high and outside for ball 1. On deck, we go to the top of the order, and that'll be Dane Freed. Spires ready to work the 1-0 count. Swing and a miss by Swayer, and the count goes to 1-1. With Spires coming into pitch, Tyler Hanna moves to third, and Kirkland Hughes moves over to shortstop for the Rams defense. Curveball stays way outside, and the count goes to 2-1. Swayer, again, one of the young players that have played well here for Coach Jason Russell, hitting .316 on the year. 2-1 pitch. It's going to be low, and the count goes to 3-1. So Swayer, one pitch away from possibly walking here this afternoon for the second time. The 3-1 delivery by Spires. Oh, way inside, and he will walk him. And that'll be a 1-out walk to Swayer. Gets on base for the second time today. First walk issued today by Cooper Spires. For head coach Jason Russell, his assistants are Jeff Burning, Stephen Robinson, and Bryce Burning. The most important man is the manager. That's Timmy Little. 1 on, 1 out here. Go to the top of the order. Dane Freed steps up to the plate for the 4th time today. He looks at a curveball, but he's going to lift it out into left center field. Thornton on his horse makes a dive, but he can't come up with it. Runner hesitates. Here comes a throw into third. Hannon is there. Does he apply the swipe tag? No, he will miss him as good base running that time by Swayer as he will go into third under the tag on the throw in. We'll give Reed a credit of a base hit there. That'll be his third of the day, and he motors down to second following the throw over to third. This would have been a tough play had he been able to come up with it. And Coach Payton appeals to the home plate umpire, who said, nope, he missed him on the swipe tag. So that'll put runners on at second and third with one out, and Grady Springer to the plate, the freshman shortstop, struck out, grounded back to the pitcher, and flied out to the shortstop. But again, the Bulldogs threatening here in the sixth. Already lead at 3-1, and there's a shot out into left center field, but going over is the left fielder. It is caught there quickly by Hickman. Here comes the runner tag. The throw in, not in time. Spires comes to back it up. There's a throw down to third. Do they get him? No, they do not. And it's going to be a single and a sacrifice fly, I should say, by Grady Springer. That'll bring in an RBI, and will also bring in the fourth run of the day. A Swayer able to score, and going over to third is Freed. So there's two outs in the inning on the pop-up out to left field and the RBI, and that'll bring up Caden Burning to the plate. Burning with the runner still down at third base, and two outs in the inning. Pitch to Burning is a curveball. It catches the inside part of the plate for strike one. Caden today is popped out to the center field, flied out to the first baseman, and third strike was dropped, and he ended up going down to first but was left stranded. Riley Coate has one spin around in front of him in the dirt, but he's able to corral it to keep the base runner down at third. Coming down the line is Freed, and the ball gets away from Coate, but again, fortunately, it goes to his left down towards the base runner, and Freed cannot advance, and the count goes to 2-1. Bulldogs have scratched out another run here in the sixth to lead it now 4-1 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. And Burning takes a strike, and he knew it. The count goes to 2-2. Spires one strike away from getting out of any further damage here in this sixth inning of play. The wind, the 2-2 pitch, and it's going to sail outside, and the count goes full to Caden Burning. Bulldogs taking advantage of opportunities and have another one here. 3-2 pitch with the runner on at third. Curveball is hit on the ground to the third baseman. Backhanded, knocked down by Hannon. His throw across the diamond, not going to be in time. As that time, Burning, that'll be another infield hit, even though he knocked it down. Don't know if he'd even got it, if he'd have fielded it clean. But most importantly, the Bulldogs able to push across another run here with two outs in the sixth inning and lead this ball game by a score of 5-1. As Bulldogs able to come up with 5 straight runs here and a couple of hits in this inning, and that'll bring up Owen Gilbert to the plate, as we do have a courtesy runner for Caden Burning. As Gilbert will step to the plate, on with an error, singled and scored in the fourth, and walked and was left stranded in the fifth. Spires from the stretch, checks the runner, brings it home, and it's a strike, quick throw down, but runner going to be back in ahead of the throw. Strike count on Owen Gilbert. From the stretch, Spires checks, brings it in, and a nice backhanded stop, and the ball gets away. There goes the runner down to second. The throw is going to be there, but not in time, so good heads-up base running, as once again Riley Coate had problems locating that ball behind him, and that will allow the base runner to go down to second base. Owen Gilbert, a big opportunity again with a runner in scoring position. Looks at one inside and tight. And the count goes to 2-1. Gilbert, the number 4 man in the order. This is the guy you want up in this situation, and he looks at another one high and tight. And the count goes to 3-1. Spires just trying to get out of this inning without any further damage. 3-1 pitch is an overhand fastball at the knees for strike two. Gilbert taking all the way. And has worked the count full at 3-2. Runner down at second with 2 outs in the inning. 3-2 pitch. It's going to sail high and outside, and that'll be a 2-out walk. And for Spires, that'll be a second walk issued, and that will bring Nolan Robbins to the plate, the Bulldog catcher. Robbins has grounded to second, rounded back to the pitcher, and struck out his last time up. 2 runs already in for the Dogs, who lead it now 5-1. one's fouled straight back off the screen for strike one. So Robbins steps out, looks down at Coach Russell, and ready to await the strike one pitch from the stretch. Spires checks, brings it home. Another curveball, but this one is outside and high, and the count goes to 1-1. Runners at second and first here for the Bulldogs with 2 outs in the sixth, 2 runs already in. And there's a strike called on the outside part of the plate. Count goes to 1-2. Dogs with 3 in the fourth, 2 more here in the sixth, and lead it by a score of 5-1. And just getting a piece of it, Nolan Robbins hanging in there to get another pitch to look at, fouling off strike 2 on a tough one. Nolan ready to work. Checks. As Spires brings it home, a curveball hit out into right center field. Ranging over to his left is Thornton, and he'll be able to settle underneath of it for finally the third out of the inning for the Orleans Bulldogs. But a productive sixth inning for Orleans. They pick up 2 more runs in this inning. They do it on 2 base hits. They leave 2 men on, and there were no Ram errors. We'll go to the bottom of the sixth. Bulldogs now lead it 5-1. You're listening to Rams and Bulldogs baseball on Mix 95.3.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
Are your retirement savings scattered about several employer-sponsored plans and individual IRAs? Let a Raymond James financial advisor provide you with education on what options you may have. Each may have potential benefits and drawbacks. So we'll consider your specific situation and discuss how best to address your unique needs and goals. Call financial advisors Jamie Sullivan and Jenny Baker at 812-849-2670. Located in Mitchell today and take control of your retirement assets. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC. Life well planned.
Caden Birding back out on the mound here, leading it by a score of 5-1 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Rams down to their final 6 outs. Need to get something going here if they want to have a comeback win and be able to have a tie in the second place in the conference. They really don't want to drop down to 3-3. They'd rather go 4-2. To the plate for the Rams, hitters 4, 5, and 6. Dom Garcia, Raleigh Clunk, and Justin Thornton. Dom today 0 for 2. Popped out the center and struck out his last time up. As Burning works the first pitch, a weak swing for strike 1 from Dom. Burning so far today, giving up just 1 run on 3 hits, struck out 6 and walked 3 batters. So he's had a nice afternoon going. As stepping out will be Garcia, now back in. And he takes a strike, and he's behind quickly in the count now 0-2. Bernie trying to get the leadoff man, which would be key for him and his teammates, leading it by that 5-1 score. Now he doesn't like the sign from Robbins, so he steps off, and Dom says that's too much time, so he will call time and step out of the batter's box. Garcia hitting from the right side, coming in today at 275. Strike 2 pitch, overthrew a curveball, and a little smile on the face from Caden Burning, knew that he held on to that one too long. Then it goes down as ball 1. The count goes to 1-2. Dom Garcia leading it off here in the 6th. The next pitch in is popped off his fist, and that's going to make its way out of play, and the count will remain at a ball and 2 strikes to the Rams' first baseman. Dom steps out, now back in. Rams need base runners in the dirt, and the count goes to 2-2. Third baseman Owen Gilbert, even with the bag and about 2 strides off the line. Straight away in the outfield, center fielder Dilly swung a little bit around towards left. A swing and a miss, and Garcia goes down on strikes to open up the inning for out number 1 and strikeout number 7 of the day for Caden Burning. And that'll bring up Raleigh Clunk. Clunk, the right fielder, he has struck out and popped out to the second baseman. He'll dig in from the right side with one out and nobody on for Paoli. Rams trail it by 4. First pitch is going to be fouled back and out of play into the parking lot. And we've got a full parking lot today, as we mentioned at the top of the game. County track meet going up at Newkirk Track here this afternoon. Paoli hosting Orleans and Springs Valley, and Clunk looks at a strike. On the outside part of the plate, that is strike 2 to Raleigh. One out in the inning, nobody on. The strike 2 pitch, low in the dirt, dug out there nicely by Nolan Robbins, and the count goes to 1-2. Burning working quick, and this off-speed pitch sails high. It goes to 2-2. Gilbert at third, Springer at short, Freed at second, Robinson at first base today for the Bulldogs and their defense. 2-2 count to Raleigh Clunk, and the next pitch is too far outside on an off-speed pitch, and the count goes full at 3-2. It's Fitz and Ryder in left, Dilly in center, and Swayer out in right for Orleans. 3-2 pitch is fouled straight back off the screen, off the bat of Raleigh Clunk. Stays alive with that. With one out in the inning. Burning ready to work has the sign. The 3-2 pitch again. A fastball strike called as Clunk goes down looking. That'll be out number 2. Strikeout number 8 of the day for Caden Burning. And Justin Thornton will come to the plate. Thornton was walked in the second inning, start off the second inning, then he got picked off, and then he got on with a single and an error on the right fielder, moved him to second base, but that's where he was left stranded back in the 4th inning. 2 outs, nobody on, and too high on the curveball to start off Thornton 1-0. We are in the 6th. 2 outs in the inning. Burning working quickly, and this one's fouled again off the mask of the umpire. Umpire Odie Broughton's had a couple of those today. As he takes off the mask, readjusted. Nolan Robbins does a quick check with him, and we are good to go, 1-1. Thornton steps in from the right side. He smacks a one-hopper to the second baseman. Freed fields it cleanly, throw over to first, and it is a 1-2-3 inning here in the 6th inning as the Rams go quietly as we move on to the 7th with the Orleans Bulldogs on top, 5-1. You're listening to Rams and Bulldogs baseball on Mix 95.3.
Looking for top-notch fuel that keeps your engine running smoothly? Pull into Riley Oil, your trusted supplier of marathon fuels. With convenient locations in Paoli, Orleans, and Hardinsburg, we've got you covered. Enjoy the ease of paying at the pump 24/7, or swing by Paoli where we'll pump the gas for you. Grab a snack and drink and be on your way with Riley Oil, fueling your journey every mile of the way. Looking for a reliable landline phone service you can trust? With Orange County Fiber, you'll get crystal clear phone service that's perfect for staying connected. Home or business, we've got plans that fit. Bundle with fiber service or home security monitoring and save every month. Count on the local service you already know and trust with Orange County Fiber. Visit us at www.myremc.coop or call 812-865-2229. Simple, dependable service made just for you.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
First pitch of the 7th inning to Troy Dilly is outside and low for ball 1. Dilly is singled and bounced back to the pitcher and grounded out to the second baseman. The next pitch is high for ball 2 to the Bulldogs center fielder. Steps in from the right side. And there's a strike called at the knees, and the count goes to 2-1. Hitters 6, 7, and 8. Dilly, Terrell, and Robinson due up here for Orleans in this 7th inning with the Dogs leading it by a score of 5-1. Dilly fouls the next one off at the plate, and the count goes to 2-2. Orleans, 3 runs in the 4th, 2 more in the 6th. The Rams picked up 1 run in the 1st. There's a curveball and a beauty. Freezes Dilly, and that'll be out number 1 and strikeout number 2 recorded by Cooper Spires. with one out, and that'll bring Bryce Terrell to the plate. Cooper on in relief of the starter, Tyler Hannon. His job right now in this seventh is to keep this score right where it stands. Terrell, the DH, looks at the first pitch, takes a strike at the knees for strike one. Terrell today struck out, singled and scored in the fourth, and then struck out in the fifth. Strike one pitch is another curveball, and it's a strike called as well. As Terrell behind in the count 0-2. Asher Robinson on deck, the Bulldog first baseman. Spires with the strike two pitch on the way, a fastball. It's beat on the ground to the second baseman. Chastain comes in, fields it on a couple of hops, throws it over to first base, and that'll be out in number two of the inning for Orleans. And to the plate, Asher Robinson. Robinson, the sophomore, has struck out, doubled an RBI, and scored in the fourth, and then struck out in the sixth. But he had a big hit in that big fourth inning there for the Bulldogs. First pitch that he sees is fouled straight back off the screen for strike one. As we get the on-deck hitter to try and get that foul ball, and he does right behind the umpire. Eli Swayer. Robinson now back in. Strike one pitch is a curveball, and it bends over on the outside part of the plate, and Robinson is behind in the count at no balls and two strikes. Digs into that left side, moves just a tad closer to the plate. Strike two pitch on the way from Spires. It's beat foul into, well, almost into the dugout. Came off the front of the fence, and the count stays at no balls and two strikes to Asher Robinson. Robinson backs out now, ready to go. Bases are empty. Spires one strike away from getting his team up to bat for the first time, and beat foul at the plate as Robinson hung in there on that curveball and just got a piece of it, which is all you could ask at that point of the bat with two strikes. Just stay alive, and he did. Spires shakes off the first side. Now has the second strike two pitch again, a fastball, but this one's going to be low and inside, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs in the inning for the Dogs here in the seventh. They have the lead at 5-1. 1-2 pitch is a liner right to Hickman. Oh, and it goes off his glove out into, Chastain at second base, and Austin will be charged with an error there. That'll get Robinson on base. And that for the Rams here today. Only their second error, I believe, of the ball game. But it keeps the inning alive as Robinson on at first base, and Swayer will come to the plate. Swayer, the right fielder, hitting in the number 9 spot. First pitch that he sees is low for ball one. Eli today has struck out, walked and was left stranded in the fourth, and walked and scored in the sixth inning. Robinson getting his lead, being held on there by Garcia. And there's a strike on the outside part of the plate at the knees for strike one, 1-1. Spires from the stretch, fires at home, and it's popped up and out of play behind the screen, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bulldogs leading at 5-1 here today, trying to spoil the Rams' opportunity maybe to have a tie for second place in conference play with Mitchell. From the stretch, Spires brings it in, another check swing. It'll go out of play to the concession stand, and that'll keep it at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Spires on in relief, trying to close out this inning. The 1-2 pitch on the way. It's way inside, goes all the way back to the screen on a wild pitch, and Robinson will go down to second base. He gets into scoring position. The count goes to 2-2 to Swayer, the number 9 man in the hitting order, I should say, the lefty. Tries to keep this inning going for his Bulldogs. And the next pitch is a fastball, but it's going to be low and inside, and the count is full at 3-2 to Eli Swayer. Spires quickly working from the stretch, checks the runner, pitch home, and it's popped up again and foul and out of play over the Rams dugout by the third base side. Spires started it off, got the first 2 guys out, then an error, and now gone full count to Swayer. 3-2 pitch delivery again. A curveball hit on a one-hopper and fielded there this time by Chastain, and the throw over to first base, and that will bring the inning to a close here in the top half of the seventh. For the Bulldogs, there were no runs, there were no hits. There was 1 man left on and 1 Ram error. We'll go to the bottom of the seventh. Last chance for the Rams. They trail it 5-1. You're listening to Rams and Bulldogs baseball on Mix 95.3.
Looking for a reliable landline phone service you can trust? With Orange County Fiber, you'll get crystal clear phone service that's perfect for staying connected. Home or business, we've got plans that fit. Bundle with fiber service or home security monitoring and save every month. Count on the local service you already know and trust with Orange County Fiber. Visit us at www.myremc.coop or call 812-865-2229. Simple, dependable service made just for you.
In need of a financial checkup? Consider Whitfield Investments for comprehensive investment advice and wealth management services. As a passionate Paoli native, Wes Whitfield places the needs of his clients first as he works to grow a stronger, financially savvy community of investors, families, and individuals. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can help you stay on track with your goals, both now and in the future.
Caden Birding going for the complete game win here as he begins the bottom of the seventh and a 5-1 advantage. And the first pitch is popped up in the air to the third baseman coming in towards the mound, and squeezing it there is Owen Gilbert, and that's quickly one out on one pitch. That's exactly what Birding and his coaches wanted to see happen. And now to bring up Riley Coate, that was Aiden Hickman fouling out. Coate so far today has walked and grounded out. Step in from the right side with one out and nobody on. Third baseman Gilbert comes in, and the first pitch is a strike at the knees to Riley for strike one. Bulldogs fell behind 1-0 in the first inning, but Caden Birding has kept them off the scoreboard the rest of this ball game. Next pitch is going to be outside and low for ball one, 1-1. Caden ready to pitch, the wind, the pitch hit on the ground. It's past the third baseman out into left field as Gilbert was cheating in, and Coate will get a one-out single here as he goes down to first base. That's just the fourth hit of the day for the Rams, and that'll bring up Austin Chastain as we get a courtesy runner. Once again, it's going to be Barrett Hall coming in. So Coate has been on twice today, done his job. Rams try to rally back here, and Austin Chastain will come to the plate. Chastain is flied to right and grounded to the shortstop. One on and one out. Burning from the stretch. And the first pitch to Chastain is a strike at the knees for strike one. Rams need base runners. They trail it 5-1 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard here in the seventh. Next pitch is going to be low and outside for ball one, 1-1. Hickman started the inning with a pop-up to the third baseman. Coate a single down the third base line. It's now up to Austin Chastain with a 1-1 count. And he pops it up and foul it out of play over the first base way, and he's behind in the count at a ball and two strikes. Hall, your courtesy runner down at first base. Got to be careful because Birding's already picked off one Ram runner here today. The pitch home, and it's beat foul, but it's going to be in foul territory. I thought it might come around, but nope. Down the third base way that Owen Gilbert will field and get back in. And the count will remain at 1-2 to Austin Chastain, the number 9 man in the Ram order. Cooper Spires in the top of the order, wait on deck. Rams got to get some more base runners on here to put some pressure on Birding. 5-1 lead for the Dogs. And this one's hit on the ground up the middle. Shortstop Springer steps on the bag, throw across, and no, it gets away from the first baseman. So that'll keep the inning alive as they get the force out, though, on the runner. A shortstop unassisted, but an error will be charged on the throw, and that will keep the Rams inning alive here in this seventh inning with the runner on at first and 2 outs now. And that'll bring up Cooper Spires. Spires doubled and scored in the first, hit back to the pitcher in the third, and Singham was left stranded back in the fifth. So he's had a 2-hit day, looking for 3. Chastain on at first, throw over, and Austin back in. At this point, though, Birding just needs to concentrate on the hitter. He's got a 5-1 lead. From the stretch, checks the runner, brings it home, and this one's going to be just a little bit high, and the count to Cooper Spires is 1-0. On deck, This inning stays alive as Kirkland Hughes. Quick throw over, and diving back in is Austin Chastain ahead of the throw. Got on there with an error. But for the Dogs, for the most part, it's been pretty clean baseball today. Stretch, pitch home, fouled off at the plate by Spires, upset with himself. He didn't get the good cut that he wanted at it. It goes down as a strike. Cooper steps out of the batter's box, now walks back up. Burning is on the hill, and he is ready to pitch. Checks the runner at first from the stretch, brings it home, and it's going to be just a bit low, and the count goes to 2-1. Burning going for the complete game victory here today, 1 out away from getting that done. 2-1 pitch. It's a curveball and a beauty, and that makes the count now 2-2 to Cooper Spires. So Burning 1 strike away from picking up the win here today for the Bulldogs and snapping the Rams' 5-game winning streak. And this one's inside, goes off the mid of the catcher, and there goes Chastain down to second base on the pass ball. Rams get a base runner in scoring position. The count goes to 3-2 to Cooper Spires. 2 outs in the inning. Burning trying to end it here for the Bulldogs. Caden as the second baseman. Reed moves in behind, brings it home. It's hit on the ground. Third baseman Gilbert has it. Short hops it. Throw on the run across the diamond, and a good scoop out of the dirt there by Asher Robinson to end the ball game here today, as the Orleans Bulldogs come here on the road this afternoon and snap this 5-game winning streak for the Paoli Rams. Even though they fell behind early, they were able to push along 5 runs here, and they win it here today, your final 5-1 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Bulldogs victorious in this conference and county showdown. You're listening to Rams and Bulldogs baseball on Mix 95.3.
When construction deadlines are tight and the job can't wait, count on Bender Lumber, now proudly a division of RP Lumber. Their delivery fleet gets materials where you need them, accurately, efficiently, and with the communication pros depend on. From framing packages and roofing to siding, decking, and special orders, they can help keep your projects on track. Talk with the team about delivery options that work for you. Come see them in Paoli or BenderLumber.com. Bender Lumber, now part of the RP Lumber family. RP Lumber, best service, best value.
Cave Quarries Incorporated and Calcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mix asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their 2 locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Calcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Calcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than InFocus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus. Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living rehabilitation programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595.
Bulldogs come on the road and pick up a big win in conference play over their county rivals, the Paoli Rams, here at Trinkle Field this afternoon. In your final on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, it was the Orleans Bulldogs winning it by a score of 5-1 here this afternoon, as Orleans, even though they fell behind in this ball game, 1-0 to start it off, as Cooper Spires got things rolling for the Rams, got a double, and then finally came around to score the first run of the ball game. But Tyler Hannon could not keep the Bulldogs at bay until the Bulldog, or he should say he kept them at bay through the first 3 innings, but then the Bulldogs come up with 3 runs on 4 hits in the 4th, as they had hits in this inning by Owen Gilbert, a single, another single by Bryce Terrell, then an RBI double by Asher Robinson, and then a 2 RBI double by Dane Freed. And the Bulldogs took their first lead of the day at 3-1. Rams, they had base runners but could never get them around, and then the Bulldogs give themselves a bigger cushion in the 6th inning, as that started off with a walk to Eli Swayer after 1 out, then a single by Dane Freed, sacrificed by Grady Springer, then a single by Caden Burney, and that brought in the runs, and 2 more added on 2 hits, and that's all that the Dogs needed here today with their 5 runs, as Caden Burney goes the distance, a complete game victory here today as he takes the win. Tyler Hannon went 5 in the loss here today for Paoli Aspires. He has the final 2 innings in relief. Here today, Orleans, 5 runs on 8 hits. There were 2 errors and 10 Bulldog runners left on. Rams just 1 run, burning a good game pitch, 3 hits, 2 errors for Paoli, and they leave 6 base runners as the Bulldogs win it 5-1. We'll have more from Trinkle Field. You're listening to Rams and Bulldogs baseball on Mix 95.3.
Looking for a bank that actually puts you first? Then it's time to meet Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company, where banking feels a little more human. Whether you're saving for a rainy day, chasing your first home, or planning that someday retirement dream, we've got your back every step of the way. Enjoy personal service, local decisions, and real people who care about your goals. Stop by your local Springs Valley Banking Center or visit us online at svbt.bank to get you started. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Invest where it matters most, in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community. One scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
Caden Birding, a well-pitched game, the winner here today, and with that, he'll improve to 4-4 on the season. He went 7 innings, gave up 1 run on just the 3 hits, struck out 8, walked 3. The losing pitcher was Tyler Hannon, as Hannon drops down to 5-2. He went 5 innings, giving up 3 runs on 6 hits. He struck out 6 and walked 2. Spires on in relief, goes 2 innings for the Rams, as he gave up 2 runs on 2 hits. He struck out 2 and walked 2 here today. Bulldog hitters, as their leadoff man Dane Freed had a 3-hit day and a run scored and a couple of RBIs. And also going down, they got production up and down the lineup. Caden Burning ended up with a single and a hit today. Owen Gilbert, a single and a run scored. And also moving down through the batting order, Bryce Terrell, the DH, had a single and a run scored. Asher Robinson in that third had a big 2-run RBI double down the right field line. And Eli Swayer didn't get a hit, but he was on base twice and scored a run here. So Coach Jason Russell got to be pleased with the way that his team hit and fielded here today. We mentioned they came in with a .306 average, and they added 8 more hits today, scoring 5 runs in the victory over the Paoli Rams. And for the Rams, offensively, again, not much to talk about. Cooper Spires with 2 of the 3 hits and a run scored, and that's all that the Rams could scratch across here today as they lose to their county and conference rival, the Orleans Bulldogs. Rams with the loss, their 5-game winning streak comes to an end. They are 11-7, and they end up in conference play at 3-3. For the Orleans Bulldogs, now above the 500 mark at 9-8, and they finish up conference play at 2-4. We'll have more from Trinkle Field. Again, your final today. It was Orleans 5, Paoli 1. You're listening to Rams and Bulldogs baseball on Mix 95.3.
If you're retired or even thinking about retiring, you want someone to work as hard for your money as you have. Raymond James Financial Advisors Jamie Sullivan and Jenny Baker specialize in doing what's right for you in your retirement years and in educating you about your investments. If you'd like a fresh, objective, and thoughtful second opinion, contact Jenny or Jamie at 812-849-2670, located in Mitchell. Raymond James & Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange SIPC. Life well planned.
Looking for top-notch fuel that keeps your engine running smoothly? Pull into Riley Oil, your trusted supplier of marathon fuels. With convenient locations in Paoli, Orleans, and Hardinsburg, we've got you covered. Enjoy the ease of paying at the pump 24/7, or swing by Paoli where we'll pump the gas for you. Grab a snack and drink and be on your way with Riley Oil, fueling your journey every mile of the way. Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
Regular season is starting to wind down for high school baseball. About a week and a half left before we really get into a sectional play. And let's take a look at the sectionals. They line up, first of all, for the Rams in the 2A sectional 46 at Mitchell. In the opening round play on Wednesday, May 27th at Gary Sightsinger Field. In Game 1, Clarksville takes on Salem at 5:30. And in Game 2, Crawford County will play Paoli at 7:30. Then on Saturday, the semifinal round, game number 3 of the sectional, that first game on Saturday, the winner of Game 1 taking on the winner of Game 2 at 10 a.m., or make the round 11 a.m., and then Game 4, it is Mitchell taking on Eastern, and those two winners come back Monday, June 1st for the championship game at 6. For the Orleans Bulldogs, they got a great draw down at that Class A sectional 62 at Lagodi, as in the opening game on May the 27th, it'll be Lagodi taking on Vincent Rivet at 6. Then on Friday, May 29th, it'll be Orleans in the first semifinal round game against Shoals at 5:30. Then North Davies will take on the winner of Game 1. Those two winners come back for the championship game on Monday, June 1st at 6 p.m. So the Bulldogs an excellent opportunity here maybe to get into that sectional final. And when we talk about that, no matter what sport that you play, if you can get to that final game, anything can happen. But here today, it was Caden Burning and his teammates taking care of the Rams, winning it 5-1. We'll be back to wrap things up from Trinkle Field. You're listening to Rams and Bulldogs baseball on Mix 95.3.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707. In need of a financial checkup? Consider Whitfield Investments for comprehensive investment advice and wealth management services. As a passionate Paoli native, Wes Whitfield places the needs of his clients first as he works to grow a stronger, financially savvy community of investors, families, and individuals. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can help you stay on track with your goals, both now and in the future.
Need a quick bite or cold drink or fuel for the road? Head to Betty's Food and Fuel, right across from Walmart at 656 North Gospel Street in Paoli. We're locally owned and operated and open Monday through Saturdays from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. and Sundays from 6 to 10 p.m. Enjoy competitive gas, daily food specials, a hot deli, fresh wraps, salads, and cold sandwiches. Need an ATM or lottery ticket? We have both. Find us on Facebook at Betty's Food and Fuel. For questions, call 812-203-0227. Betty's Food and Fuel, the one-stop shop.
Bulldogs Bulldogs baseball opened up this week with two big wins last night at home against Borden, 15-5. Tonight on the road, 5-1 over Paoli. And they'll be back in action tomorrow night as they have a rematch with West Washington over at Campbellsburg. And then over the weekend, Coach Russell says they got a great tournament. Will be a real tournament tester getting into play for sectional as well, as they'll be taking on Mitchell in the first game at 11 a.m. And then at 1:30, they'll take on Greenwood Christian Academy at Sightsinger Field. Well, for the Paoli Rams, they'll look to get back on the winning track, as they will be back in action on Thursday down at Marengo to take on Crawford County in a rematch of a game that the Rams won earlier this season, and that was a score of 9-2. So Paoli will look to start another winning streak as they head down to Crawford County on Thursday. Our next coverage of high school sports will be coming your way here on Mix 95.3, as we'll be getting back to the softball side of things. On Thursday, we'll have a rematch between these two teams up here at Paoli Junior Senior High School softball field, as Orleans will be at Paoli. That'll be a 5 o'clock first pitch, and we'll be on the air around 4:50. Our next coverage of boys high school baseball will be a rematch of this game. That'll be on Tuesday, next Tuesday, May 19th, as Paoli will travel to Orleans to take on the Bulldogs in their second matchup of the season. Today here at Trinkle Field, the Rams jump out to a 1-0 lead, but then the Bulldogs come storming back. They scored 3 in the fourth, 2 more in the sixth, and win it today here 5-1. As always, I want to thank all of our great sponsors for allowing us to bring you high school baseball, not only today, but throughout the entire season. A big thank you as well, and a great job as always by our engineer and producer back at the studio today. That's been David Deaton. And most of all, thanks to you for listening. I'm Dave Dedrick, again, your final today from Trinkle Field on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. It was Orleans 5, Paoli 1. Good evening, everybody.
Thank you for tuning in to today's coverage of high school sports on Mix 95.3 WUME. Our baseball and softball coverage brought to you all season long by Team OC Youth Mentoring, Whitfield Investments, Buddy's Food and Fuel, by RP Lumber, Riley Oil, Springer Insurance, Cave and Calcar Quarries, Orange County Casa, Hoosier Hills Credit Union, Hoosier Hardware, Paoli Health and Living Community, by Jeremy Payton, Edward Jones, Orange County REMC, and Orange County Fiber. In Focus Eye Care, Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company,